dating has become insufferable. The online discourse between men and women is unbelievably hostile, and I just want to find out why. What happens between men and women that prevents them from talking about issues in a way that both sides can understand? Why are men so unbelievably defensive when women try to talk about issues that happen to them on a day-to-day basis? How can we navigate this toxicity? And is it even real? Or are we just projecting it and making it bigger than it actually is? Now, obviously, in the past few years, there's been many influencers in the red pill scene like Andrew Tate, Hamza from the UK, Sneeko, Jordan Peterson, even people like Aiden Ross who propagate very, very harmful misogynistic ideas about women and also homophobic and in total very reductionist points of views. But how exactly are these content creators shaping the online discourse? They aren't as relevant as they were a few years ago, but the remnants of what they caused can still be seen on the internet, with many people trying to recreate that kind of success by spouting controversial takes and trying to be as polarizing and harmful as possible. Whenever some of these videos pop up, they always have a very strong take. So the point of these videos in the end is to keep you hooked, to keep you bitter, to keep you hating the opposite gender. And that is something that needs to be talked about. Now, I'm not one to analyze every online trend, and I don't care to do that, but I do care for the online discourse, and I am just very, very upset about how these people communicate to each other and how especially men cannot seem to understand women. By understanding women, I don't mean in a dating coach sense. I mean just generally understanding the problems and issues that they go through and to be able to empathize with them. For example, this video. Every woman feels uncomfortable in these videos. And if you look at the comment section, many women share the same experience. They say that it happened to them when they were little, when they were just 6 years old at some point. They say that it happened with relatives, with random strangers on the internet, with people outside, strangers that they just walk past, in public places, in private. It doesn't matter. It is a universal experience for women. And these men in the comments sometimes can be found defending the behavior, blaming the victim, or just simply not understanding why this is problematic. With comments such as, well, they were just looking. Yeah, they were just looking, but if you feel like you are constantly being looked at in a public setting where you don't really want to be, that is just not a nice environment to be in. A man would probably be bold enough to look for the confrontation, but a woman cannot do that. If anything happens and the woman gets attacked, then the man has some plausible deniability that he didn't do anything and that the woman just randomly attacked and harassed him. And the justice system even supports that kind of behavior. It is difficult for women to get any recognition. That is why the Me Too movement started in the first place. If there's no mutual understanding about the problems that you have, then there can be no mutual conversation. Another good example is this video by Laura Ashley that I saw on Instagram a few days ago. This type of video is very disturbing. And the amount of comments under this video that are absolutely disgusting, blaming her for being in a relationship as if she would know that her partner would do horrendous things, is genuinely baffling to me. Imagine you see someone posting a story, your partner posting a story with someone else doing a sexual act on them. The amount of pain that she must have felt in that situation must have been horrible. And now the normal reaction would be, oh my god, I'm so sorry you went through that. This should never have happened to you. I'm glad you made it out of that situation. But instead, we get comments like these. Why were you with this guy to begin with? I'm genuinely so confused. Why did you date him to begin with? I'm a girl's girl through and through. I'm not here to defend him one bit. He seems awful. He seems awful? I'm sorry, did we just not watch the same video? But watching this play out post after post feels more like self-harm than healing. You don't deserve to keep reliving it like this. I mean, I understand what you want to say, but every person is different in processing their emotions. And if this person thinks that posting it online and talking about it, raising awareness for an issue is the right way to process these feelings, then why would she be wrong in doing so? You say you don't want to defend them, but by doing this, you do defend them. Because if you don't show any awareness towards this behavior, if you don't try to expose this type of behavior, you are actively helping the people that keep the abusive cycle alive. Abusers get protected by silence. If you keep silent about something like this, then they will always feel safe to keep repeating the same patterns. Girl, this was charity work. Girl, you have issues. Wait, why were you in a hotel room with another man while in a relationship? Great way to shift the blame also. Don't focus on what she did because she didn't do anything. She cannot be blamed for choosing the wrong person. Focus on what happened here. Focus on him and his abusive actions towards her. And then there is the last part, which is male dating advice. Dating advice has become so absurdly stupid that I don't even know how to properly react to it anymore. First of all, get into the mindset, right? Imagine you are a young mid-20s man. You're trying to find the love of your life. You want to date someone, right? You've been single for a few years and you just really don't know how to approach women. You don't know what to do with yourself. You go online, you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, and all of a sudden these videos pop up.
If you're dating a girl, make her insecure. If you're dating someone and she's comfortable, she's gonna gain weight, she's gonna cheat on you, she's gonna use you for your advantage, she's gonna get tired of you. This is reality. The women that stick to you like white on rice are insecure. They always want to impress you. If your woman stops having that feeling, she will leave.
Basically, what he's saying is make her feel inferior. Make her feel like she can't get anyone better than you. Actively demean her, actively make her feel bad about herself. Tell her that she's ugly, overweight, worthless. And then she will always try to impress you. If you really think that this is gonna make any positive impact on any relationship, it doesn't matter if it's a romantic one or even a platonic one, it will not. So instead of making someone insecure, why not just build them up? Why not give them the confidence to be who they want to be in a relationship? If you have to make someone insecure to keep them in a relationship with you, first of all, you are worthless. And secondly, you are very, very emotionally manipulative. You need to realize that if you want to keep someone, you have to do it because the person genuinely wants to stay with you, not because you manipulate them into staying with you. That is not how a relationship works, and it will destroy trust. And then obviously there's an abundance of relationship tests, questions, the bird test or bird theory, stupid questions about celebrities, followings. I don't care, I don't know, but the takes get stupider and stupider.
Interesting thing called the blowjob test. How often was your wife giving you a... If the answer...
The blowjob test. The blowjob test. Out of all the things you could have said, he says the blowjob test. Of course it has to be sexual and it has to be outrageous, because otherwise people wouldn't like the video.
Answer is anything but like whenever I want. The moment that stopped was when your relationship stopped. The moment...
And that is just stupid, because there's still something called consent, even within a relationship. There's always boundaries. If you claim that the moment someone doesn't want to give you a sexual act means a relationship is done, then you have some serious issues that you need to talk about. Many accounts like these exist because they thrive on the insecurity of people who just don't know any better. And by capitalizing off of that insecurity, they can always gain new viewers because they tap into fears that you have that are still unresolved. Overall, this is just to say, stop looking at the internet for serious, substantial advice. You can always get advice on the internet. I'm not discouraging you from engaging with these types of videos, because in the end, they are just entertainment. But you have to look at them as such, because if they dictate how you build a connection to a human, then you should really, really evaluate if this type of content can help you grow as a person, or if this type of content is more damaging to you and to the potential relationships that you could build. So don't be influenced by people that have extremist takes. Don't be polarized, and go touch some grass. Honestly, go outside, talk to people in the real world, and actually explore connections through regular means, not just the internet, because the internet is a bubble. It's a simulation of real life. It's real life, but played out in a very small scenario within your own four walls. So go outside, touch some grass, talk to people, and actually find out how to build real connection, because it's not going to be by watching TikToks.